All right, everyone, welcome to your extended. We're going to grab the light seer deck. Haven't done anything. Just cleaned it up. Well, all we really had was the bottom cards showing. But I cleaned it up, shuffled it a few times. I've got Judgment and the Emperor at the bottom and a 9 of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to break free of the toxin. We're gonna, look, I said we're going to do a fly in the wall, and we are. This is randomly at the bottom, so it's for a few of you. But it's sort of the theme energy. I've got an Emperor trying to break free, trying to change their life. It's been really superficial. I'm going to tell you, there's a wall of pretense up. But something's confusing them. Something's jamming them up with the 7 of Cups. But they do want something new. That's encouraging. Okay? It's encouraging. It's discouraging to me when I do my offline reads how easy it is to... And history has taught us this a million times, but how easy it is to get people to believe shit. I mean, it's just too easy. It's crazy. All you got to do is plant a little bit of a seed of doubt, and they go, oh yeah, totally. It's like a Jedi mind trick going on out there. It's a crazy town, you know? I mean, but... The toxin that's being written off right now is oh, well, that's just normal. That's just the way they are, right? Oh, God, we have to stop that. We have to be very careful. History teaches us some dangerous lessons. This person here, history is teaching them some dangerous lessons. It all applies. It applies in the soulmate cycle, too. Why are they confused? Somewhere along the line, I showed you a bunch of cards that show an Emperor that definitely wants to break free and definitely wants new love. And then there's a card of confusion. Why? Because too many cooks in the kitchen, too many ideas coming at them. It's too easy to poison the well with doubt, with seeds of doubt. It's too simple to do it. And it's affecting the soulmate cycle just as much as it's affecting societal energies, because soulmate cycles are a direct reflection of them. I don't even touch these decks for my offline reasons, and it's amazing how parallel they are. All right, here we go. Let's see where we go. Justice. Somebody wants a divorce. Somebody wants out. I'm doing a fly on the wall right now. I've shuffled on it, not randomly at the bottom. It's not randomly at the bottom. It's been shuffled for. I mean, I suppose it's random technically, but it's justice. Somebody wants to be happy. Somebody wants to balance out. Somebody wants to right a wrong. Somebody realizes the toxin and wants to get it right. It's I'm riffing on the energy. It's even the devil gets right someday energy, right? Even the devil figures it out. Somebody sitting in a devil situation figures out it's a devil situation, and the environmental energy screams, get right, right? Get out. Go do something. 2 of Wands. It's where we started on YouTube in this deck with the pre-shuffle, right? 2 Wands. What's here now when I put these away? 10 Cups. A little fake happiness. Right? Somebody wants real happiness. Somebody wants to be happy. There you go. 2 of Wands. That's what the environmental energy is telling them. Let's go. Let's pull some cards. All that'll be crossing the center card I pull. Ace of Wands. Looking at it straight up, they got a fire in their belly to do something. I can see why they're telling. When we get this energy, the fire in the belly, we tell people about our plans. We're very excited about it. The only time telling people about your friends and family in massive numbers about your plans is a good idea is if you're doing something like quitting smoking or quitting drinking, right? You want to tell people that. Otherwise, it'll stop you from relapsing. It'll stop you. It'll almost back you into, well, I'm going to feel stupid if they catch me. So I've said I quit, so I need to quit. Then it's a good thing to do. It's not a good thing to do when they're very excited about getting away from toxin, to tell the energies that are also living in that toxin that you're leaving, right? It's like having a bunch of roommates and saying, well, this place sucks. I'm going to go live in this mansion uptown. You guys can stay here. I'll see you later, right? You got plenty of room at that mansion, but you didn't invite them. Now they're going to feel like shit. Oh, Steve's viewers up there, with green lawns, green grass, and high tides forever, And here we are stuck here. They're very excited. There's a fire in their belly. Center card. 6 of Swords. I'm leaving. Very excited to be leaving, to be getting things right. The devil getting right here. Look at that. 6 of Swords. Moving away from choppy water into calmer water. Moving away from toxin. They're very excited about it. What's read with the Ace of Wands? The 10 Swords. Well, it can be read 2 ways. On the one hand, I can understand how they're, we'll find out when we clarify, but I'll tell you, I can see why they're excited and telling people. Very thrilled. I finally realized my person is toxic. I finally realized my family is toxic. I finally realized whatever, I'm going to go towards Steve's viewer. They're very excited about it. Changing life. They're changing their life completely. They're putting 10 swords in something that's terrible. I got it. But the energies attached to this, the communication aspect of this card, are putting 10 swords in it. Putting the kibosh on those plans. Not happening. That's where the confusion is coming from. So let's not worry about this. Okay, that's the base energy. Let's worry about these two. Right there. Let's clarify. And let's cut the deck first. Let's use the witches. Let's cut the deck. We're going to switch up some energy here. Alright. Randomly at the bottom, 10 pentacles. Somebody wants them to stay exactly where they are. It's two energies again. Somebody wants them to stay exactly where they are. Well, who's going to take care of Oscar the dog? Not my problem. Oscar's become toxic too. He bites now. Okay. On the one hand, somebody wants them to stay right where they are. On the other hand, somebody's got an idea in their mind of a life they want. They got a real fire in their belly about it. Okay. Dual energies here. Let's go. We're going to keep going. We're going to have to daisy chain this, but we're going to do it. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. And then right after that, I'm going to pull on the 10 of Swords. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to put the cards down, and I'm going to pull on 10 swords. All right? So sit down. Did you see that? Look at the card. You saw, right? It flew out. All right? It's kind of crooked, but we'll take it. It's a Chariot. She gone. Right? I'm gone. I'm out of here. What else? Why is that here? The Star. Somebody is excited about it. I said they got a fire in their belly. They're excited about it. Bridge. 10 Pentacles. Came back around. Didn't even go nowhere. And again, that's what they're excited about. There's your resistance. Right there. 7 of Wands. Let's pull on the 10 Swords. Somebody wants to change their life. Tired of this toxic. Somebody's out. They're making plans. Plans are getting hindered. I can already see it. We're just getting started. I can already see it. I can see it in the pre-shuffle with the 7 Cups. It's all about, these energies are all about poisoning the well. Out in the world, we might call it propaganda. You know, maybe that's what it is. The people around them are toxic. They play dirty. They'll do whatever it takes to get them to stay. Why, you might ask? Because it probably benefits the people in their life if this person is still there. I don't know why. That's going to vary from person to person. Maybe they've got some kind of status in the world. Maybe they're fucking famous. I don't know. And it behooves somebody to be married to them. That's possible. All kinds of marriages of convenience go on out there. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a political family. These are all high-end things, but these are all part of the Leo soap opera. You know, I'm sure your person, most of you watching, isn't a political family, but if they are, divorces look bad. That's bad. It's all about optics, right? It's all about optics. Although I don't know. I don't know if that's still the same anymore. But anyway, whatever. At the end of the day, here, 10 Swords. It behooves the people around this person to keep them in that picture. But they've got a different picture in mind. 10 Swords. Why is it here? The 8 of Pentacles. It's the seeds of doubt. It's somebody wants to put in the work, is making plans behind the scenes, maybe even. But we're talking about them. You know, again, we know they're doing that. Somebody's making plans to move to the 9 Pentacles, to get themselves single and free to pursue, to get themselves coming your way, to free themselves from the toxin. But also, this is an energy of distraction. This is a distracting somebody energy. It's the whole seeds of doubt thing right here. It's something else. Give them something to think about. Right? What's on top? 5 of Wands. Yeah. They're being met. Their plans to change their life are being met with conflict. Why is that here? The 4 of Cups. Again, doubt. Seeds of doubt is what's going on here. The net result is that they almost don't want to do it anymore. Well, if you think about it, sometimes in my world, in my circles, we call people like this that are affecting your person, we call them a ruiner, right? You're a ruiner, you know? We've all got somebody in our lives that could do that. You could tell them, we're going to go have fun today. We're going to go down to the river, have some fun, and play some, water. Maybe build a water slide and go into the water. We're going to have a good time. And somebody will come up with all sorts of reasons why that's a bad idea. It's terrible. All that water they're dumping in that water now. You don't want to go in that water. I mean, they're just a fucking ruiner. Your person, you have a ruiner attached to your person. They're a ruiner. By the time the energies around this person gets done, they got a fire in their belly. They're excited. They're dreaming about this. They're manifesting what could be. It's wonderful. The devil gets right. By the time the energies around this person are done with their bullshit that they're saying, I don't know what to believe anymore, Steve. I don't know what to believe. It is what it is. And that's what seeds of doubt do. That's what they've done to societal energies, and that's what they've done here. You got a lot of people don't know what to believe anymore, don't know what's true, don't know what's what, So psychology tells us people shut down when that happens. And that's why a lot of stuff is just being left to slide. Well, same thing here. Your person just shuts down. If they don't know what to do, they don't do anything. Well, just whatever. Okay, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to do. I was excited about this, and then this ruiner came in and started, I don't know what to do. Okay? So they don't know what to do. And it all starts over again. It's a tower. Right? The energy this is major arcana. The energy is trying to get this person to leave. I think it's trying to isolate them, but failing as well. I said up on YouTube, sometimes when we're marked for elevation, the universe will isolate us in some way. You'll start to lose friends. Friends will fall off. You'll be like, well, why haven't I heard from anybody in a while? You'll start to notice slowly but surely your circles of friends will change. Things will change. Your attitude towards things will change. People blame you for shit you didn't do. You're like, well, what do you mean I never call you? I mean, we never talk anyway. I'm just, I thought we just talked once a year. Yeah, well, I feel like you're not putting anything in. And you go away. The universe will isolate you in some way. I think the universe is trying to isolate this person, but other energies are getting in the way. So let's pull on those other energies right now. Let's do it. I'm going to grab a deck here. All right, it is what it is. This is a classic energy here. So, in a nutshell, we get, in the baseline reading, we get verification. Somebody is in their ear. Somebody is talking them out of it. Somebody's double talking so much that it leads to confusion. Right? It is what it is. Fortunately, this energy dissipates, but I don't know what happens down the road a few years, but I don't know what happens to the soulmate cycle, because it dissipates out at the end of the soulmate cycle. So I'm not sure what happens, other than an energy on the backside of it of shame. So the world is an energy on the backside of it of shame. Oh, why did we do that? Oh my God, what have we done? And then there's, in the soulmate cycle, an energy of shame. So I'm not sure what this person's like, oh, why did I do that? What have I done? I'm not sure if it's because they stayed in the toxin in this particular case, or if that toxin bit them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes we get signs to leave. We get signs to change our lives. People ignore, most people are lower vibration. Most people ignore the signs. You might not. You might, I'm always paying attention to the signs, Steve. That's why things repeat. Because the universe knows people aren't always paying attention, or they don't believe it the first time around. So here, I'll show it to you again. I'll show it to you again. But it's not always exactly the same. So you have to be able to think laterally and go, well, that's very similar to what happened over there, right? On the backside of cycles, for example, there's equal and opposite reactions, right? So let's see, keep that in mind. So what happened, over here on the front side of a cycle, on the back side of it, you're like, oh, this cycle's repeating. It'll probably play out in an equal and opposite way. Let's pull on these people around this person right now. Okay, that's what I'm doing. The Ace of Pentacles, that doesn't surprise me. The Emperor, Control Freaks, and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. Again, they rule with disappointment. It's the Emperor crossed by the Two of Swords, which is sort of a stopped energy. It's sort of a peace energy too. It can be. I mean, it is. It's an Emperor that just it makes everything seem okay. The energies around this person play on discouragement, All right? They discourage. You're going to be disappointed if you do that. You'll only be great if you stay here, that kind of a thing. But these are the energies that get me. These two are read together. I think your person is I was right. I think your person is a necessary element. This is how they rule. I've got an emperor here that, on the one hand is all peace, love, and understanding, and on the other hand they got a fistful of dynamite. It's a bit of that. It's a bit of disappointment. It's a bit of, again, the happiness is with me. Emotion will only leave you cold. And again, fear tactics. There's the moon. That's what I get. I'm very interested in, I'm going to grab the witches. Let's go. Ace of Pentacles. So what's in it for them? Why do they want your person to stay in the toxin? Well, the Ace of Pentacles might have the answer. We'll see. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? I don't have a devil yet. That concerns me. I don't have an angel either, but I don't have a devil yet. I got a Fool. Why is that here? Oh, the Knight of Wands. And why is that here? Your person, the Six of Swords, your person needs to be... It's what I said before about the Knight of Wands that offered you hope up on YouTube in the final message. I said this person's impulsive. They act impulsively. It's almost like your person's a mental patient. I mean, I'm not saying they are. Please don't take me literally. But catch my drift on this, okay? It's like they're a mental patient. The people around your person. I mean, this person, I don't have a devil here, but it's not inconceivable that they're being drugged in some way, or manipulated in some way. It's not inconceivable. What I'm saying is your person needs to be controlled, though they'll act impulsively. Right? And they'll act impulsively. So the energies around your person keep them around. Why? I don't know. Sometimes it's because the person's a cash cow. Maybe your person makes all the money. Again, your person has some kind of status that they need. Something. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be a career thing. They might have a giant dick chakra. I don't fucking know. I'm never going to find anybody with 13 inches. I'm not going to find that again. We got to keep them here. Keep drugging their drink. Right? I don't know. Whatever it is. Your person, by the people around them, your person is viewed as impulsive, and they are. I get that from the energy. They've had moments, I'm sure, where they've lashed out and then regretted it later and had to do an almost like a PR campaign cleanup on it. Even, not necessarily out in the public, but, privately, sort of a thing. So they view your person as a loose cannon who is susceptible, and they'll make friends, and those friends fuck things up. They don't want anybody getting in their ear that's different from the message they're putting in. You understand what I'm saying? It's a bit of that. Yeah, I get it. So they try to keep your person calm. They try to keep your person sedated. Right? That's why I said they're like a mental patient. They're almost sedated in a way because they're very impulsive. And they're just going to do stuff, right? And when they act impulsively and they do stuff, all hell breaks loose, right? That's where they lose. They're also the energies, because that's the Five of Cups, right? Again, this person has caused problems with their impulsiveness in the past. But I also want to point out that that's Five of Cups. It's your final outcome up on YouTube, which means that they also know that if this person acts impulsively, they might come toward you. That's what it's saying, which would be devastating for these people. Why? Well, because you're that hermit, aren't you? I didn't even bother clarifying the strength card up on YouTube. I didn't need to, right? I didn't need to. The fucking hermit. You're that fucking hermit. You're putting ideas in their head, right? High vibrational ideas. Poisoning the well doesn't work on you. Right? You're the one who's going to point out to your person here. They're sitting in toxin. The toxin's trying to keep them there. They're afraid they're going to act impulsively and come toward you, so they keep your person sedated. Keep them happy. Keep them busy with something to do. Keep them confused. Well, I don't know what to do. Right? Now I'm bummed. Right? I was excited. I'm going to leave. I'm going to change my life, but now I'm bummed. It doesn't even have to be their spouse that wants to keep them stuck. It could be their friends or whatever, their circle of friends. I don't know. Especially if they got couple friends, that's the worst thing to do. Those people are double agents, right? It's like spies that are double agents. You don't want to tell them anything. The enemy will find out about it immediately. You know, I mean, it is what it is. He's just afraid they're going to come toward you. I don't know. What's the bridge? The Four of Wands. For a lot of you, this is a marriage. This is a costly marriage, okay, or a union of some kind. All right. So how do they keep them sedated? How do they keep them happy? Probably with things to do. Probably with memories. I always talk about in the Leo soap opera, there's this image I have of a hilltop wedding. And they keep going back to that. It's how they stay happy. You keep bringing somebody back to it. Keep bringing them back to that moment. That's how you sell things to people too, right? You could be trying to sell, look, you could be trying to sell someone the biggest piece of shit car on the planet. But if they like the paint job, you listen for the one thing they said. I don't know why I'm teaching people unscrupulous sales tactics, but, you know, again, it is what it is. It's part of psychology. So you got this big piece of shit car that you're trying to sell. It's a piece of garbage. It's been on the lot for months, and nobody can move it. You want to move it in one day? Fine. Very simple. Somebody comes in, they say one positive thing. Whatever it is. Oh, I love this color. You keep going back to the color. Anything bad that they spot. Oh, but these seats are tore up. Yeah, but this color, this is rare. This is number 808. You could see it on the sticker here. It's number 808. That was very rare. They only made like 100 cars that color. This color is great. I agree with you. This is a terrific color. Keep going back to it. That's the hilltop wedding. When this person, as an exaggerated example, when this person's ready to go, they feel like, how do we sedate them? How do we keep them calm? It's not a drug. It's home movies. It's pictures of you break out the photo album of the hilltop wedding. Metaphorically speaking, you go back to the paint, right? The one positive thing they said about the car, you'll sell it. It'll sell. Somebody will fall for it. Let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles. Keep them right there. In this context, that's your person. That's the people around them. You need us. Keep them right there. That mama dear, she's perfectly fine. Your person is safe right there. This person is controlled, but it's very subtle. It's like the subtle sale of that car going back to the one thing they liked. You just keep stroking that. It's like the soul nurturing, the soul stroking energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, but that color, right? Anything else can be fixed. But we can't ever find that color again, right? Anything else can be fixed, but we ain't never going to find, you're never going to have that hilltop wedding again. You walk away. All of that is gone. What about these photo albums, right? It's a trick, but it works. That's the thing about this soulmate cycle. Tricks work. Normally, tricks are for kids. Trick cereal taught us that, but not in this energy. It's all a big trick. What's going on with the Queen of Pentacles? Talk to me. Every time I say that, talk to me. It's something I do. I don't know why. But every time I say it, I get that rhythmic song in my head. Talk to me like lovers do. That's I don't know why. It just always rings in my head. Even offline, I say, talk to me. And there it is. It's that. I'm telling you. All right. If they sold a CD every time, or an MP3 download every time I fucking thought of that, they'd be much more rich than they are now. Ace of Swords, crossing that. Again, it's their truth. What's on top? We'll find out what all this means to you in a minute. But this is interesting to me. This right here, everything I said here, that's sedation. Again, here's the proof that your person is impulsive with the Fool crossing there. And when they do, chaos happens. Either it's a family that they're trying to keep up the appearance, right? Trying to keep up the image. So every time this person acts impulsively and does something and it ends in that Five of Cups with the devastation on the card, the family's got to clean up the mess. So they figured out that if they break out the photo album, metaphorically speaking, just catch my drift, and keep them stuck. The King of Cups, the Six of Wands. The people around your person, look, I'll just paraphrase. The people around your person. I don't have a devil. There's nothing I won't say there's nothing toxic. There's nothing devious about it. They're not literally being drugged, okay? It's just it's what I said, the photo album. But There's nothing evil about it. It's just the way they are. A lot of people, for example, end up being a certain type of person, having a lot of emotional problems because of their parents. Because a therapist will often blame the parents, and we'll go back and we'll look at your childhood. Oh, this is what happened to you. Oh my God, that's why you're the way you are. But it wasn't intentional even most of the time. Sometimes it was. But most of the time, it wasn't intentional on your parents' fault. Your parents were simply acting on what happened to them, how they were raised. So there wasn't any, so a devil wouldn't come out if I pulled on it. It wasn't devious. They weren't trying to harm you. They were just being who they are. Their own psychopathy was playing out, and you were the byproduct of it. You got it all dumped on you, right? Good for you for going to therapy and getting it fixed so that it doesn't happen to your kids, right, going forward. Anyway, these energies, they're not being devious here. They've just figured out a way to protect themselves and keep your person close, and they need your person. Your person provides some sort of sustenance, either financial or status related or something. I don't know. It behooves them to know your person. All right? That's all I can say. It's sort of like a celebrity, for example. They have a lot of yes people around them sometimes. That's why you have to be careful. That's why, too, a celebrity, it's solid gold to meet someone who doesn't know who you are. And yet some of them, if they're ego-based, they get really irritated by that. They get bothered by it. But your best friend is someone who you met who didn't know who you were. That is actually a solid gold person. Why? Because all the yes people that, oh, I'm a big fan, I'm a big this and that, they won't ever do anything or give that celebrity advice that will hurt the friendship, right? So they'll never go against them, because if they hurt the friendship, then they can't tell people that they know the celebrity. And that's what it's all about. It's a little bit of that energy here. It's nothing devious about it. It's just self-serving more than anything else. You know, it's why we don't have a devil here. So again, it's a bit of that. You come into play as the person who doesn't know the celebrity in that analogy. Okay? You're the person. You're someone who's very different. This person's never met, your person in this Leo soap opera has never met anyone like you before. You, to a point where you rattled them. You changed their life completely. None of this, none of it would be happening if not for you. All right? I'll put it that way. Never met anyone like you. Think of a celebrity that's never had anyone say no to them before. They hated it first. Oh, you fucker, don't you know who I am? Right? You get that. Don't you know who I am? But then, when they think about it, they get to liking it. Because it helps them. Because you won't let them go over a cliff. You won't let them do anything stupid. Right? That's valuable. You're valuable to this person. Even if whether they're a celebrity or not, makes no difference. Same energy. Same frequency of energy will play out 1,000 different ways. I'm just giving an extreme example. Right? It is what it is. You're valuable to this person. The people attached to this person, oh, they fucking hate you. I know, I'll say it. They do. If they know who you are, and I know for most of you they do, or they suspect there's someone like you out there, they're afraid that their person's going to act impulsively and go toward, and you're going to put ideas in their head, all being the hermit and shit. Right? Oh, they don't want any part of it. They break out they bring up the paint on the car, metaphorically, or they bring out that fucking photo album in 2 fucking seconds. Oh, but look at the wedding. You don't want to call Steve's viewer, look at the hilltop wedding. Look at pretty wedding. Right? That kind of a thing. Remember that day? If you leave, if we get divorced, if you're gone, that'll ruin that. Oh, you can't make other plans. No, don't do that. So again, they've figured out how to control the spigot of emotion here just right to get a victory. They know how to do it. They know how to work your person. Now, let me clean this up, and let's grab the Rider Waite and let's pull on why a little bit. Okay, let's dig into that. Let's try and find the devil, is what I'm saying. It's here somewhere, but it's not a particularly. I'm glad it didn't come out here. All right? I don't even have 7 of Swords here. Interestingly enough, they're not lying to your person. They're not. They're just being who they are. It's what I said about parents that ruin their children. 9 times out of 10, those parents are just acting the way they were taught. Right? That's why we'll never get rid of racism, because there's always somebody raised in it who's going to raise their kids in it. Always. We never get rid of it. Never get rid of it completely. It's like a cockroach. There's always one. Right? It's always going to be there. And it'll always spread, and somebody will identify with it, and it'll have its place. It's just there. There's nothing here. It's almost, everything they're doing is honest within their context of their energy. So that's why a Seven of Swords didn't come out or anything like that. They're not lying to your person. There really was, metaphorically speaking, a hilltop wedding. It's been weaponized. That's all. That's all to gain victory here. Let's clean this up real quick. King of Swords randomly at the bottom of the Rider Waite. It's interesting. It's my King of Truth energy, right? There's this part of this energetic storm, part of what it does, whether in the soulmate cycle or out in the world, is it tends to make people believe that the truth is relative, which is what creates a lot of confusion. It's why people don't know what to believe. Everything's fake, everything's that, everything's what do I do? So they just shut down. It's human nature to shut down. In other words, if you want to get your way with somebody, just lie constantly. That's all you have to do. And then double down on the lie, and people will just give up. They will just let it slide. This is an energy here that reminds us, right? And I think the energies around your person are going to get reminded that the truth isn't relative. The truth is the fucking truth, right? End of story. It cuts through the bullshit. There's something coming in. I believe it's the world point type energy that cuts through and reminds people that the truth is the truth. It isn't variable. 2 + 2 is 4. Plain and simple. It's not variable. It's not, well, sometimes it's 3.2. No, it's not true, right? You could double down and say it's true. Oh, no, it is. Right? Everybody knows. Not going to work. Might work before the world point, but it's not going to work after it. Nope. The truth is not variable. So, see? Look at what just flew out. There are no fucking, I swear to God, there is no fucking card tricks here. The Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, we just had a pull with the Six of Wands on top of the Queen of Pentacles. And I said, this person, that's how they get their victory. They manipulate, they bring out things and manipulate things. The truth is variable. Now they flew out reversed. Everything I just said just got backed up. 2 cards again. We're talking greater than 1 in a million odds. What happened on YouTube with the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Wands coming out from a different deck with a Knight of Pentacles underneath the Knight of Swords referencing the same topic, right, of communication, of telling people things and then people jamming them up. All of that. Incredible odds. In the same reading from different decks in the same context. Amazing. This is the same thing. These are huge. The universe is trying to say something through this reading. It's trying to. Anyway, it's trying to let you know, it's trying to give you some hope that pretty soon they're not going to win anymore. All right? Pretty soon your person's going to realize that, I'm going to put this back randomly, and look at that. As I open it, look who I open it to. Oh my God. King of Swords. Pretty soon your person is going to realize, the energy is going to set up, that every time they take out, they're going to spot the pattern. That's all you got to do is spot the pattern. That's how you become a superhero. Right? I said that in my fucking write-up from February, I think. Unless that was in the version I edited out. The version I edited out was pretty massive, let me tell you. But I said something about you want to hone a superpower, spot patterns in people. Your person's going to, metaphorically anyway, spot the pattern of every time they get a notion to break free. They break out that goddamn photo book with the wedding on the hilltop, right? They're going to pick up that pattern, and that's going to prevent the wind going forward. The universe is very clear. This is a very strange reading. The energies right now are very strange. It's trying to make a point. And its initial point here is the truth is not variable. Stop thinking that. Your person is about to realize that. You can't just manipulate the truth for convenience. It doesn't work that way. Right? The whole car is shit. It's not just because you like the paint. You can't just buy it because you like the paint. Yeah, but the paint. Oh, okay. Doesn't work that way. Anyway, let's go. So let's find out what's going on here. Why is your person so important to these energies? Why? Why? Two of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. There it is. We didn't get a devil, but we got one of them. We got the Seven of Swords. Look at that. I told you it might come out here. That's why I grabbed the fresh deck, too. You're spotting a common color here. Unless you're colorblind, so I'll help you. Right? It's yellow. Varying shades of yellow. 3 different shades to be exact. Super light, medium light, and really, or super light, medium, and darker yellow. We'll put it that way. It's something, can I paraphrase here? I'm going to paraphrase. It's something about the fact that the energies around your person, these toxic energies, are frightened. It reads like frustration. They're not sure what would happen if your person broke free. They feel like if your person broke free, they would talk. I mean, the only way I can describe it is let's say, for example, and again, you're just going to have to catch my drift. Cut me some slack here. But I'll give you a simple explanation. You're in this relationship, you're in this group of people, in this family. We'll call it a family. It feels like a group of people, but it could be a marriage that's tied to family and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you're in this group, and there's a bunch of lies that this group tells. There's all kinds of secrets, and we keep it quiet. The energies around your person, they don't care about your person. They don't give a shit about your person, per se, not in the way you do. Not in the way with like in love kind of a thing. It's not there. I don't have it. What I've got is they're not sure if your person broke free. Whether they'd spill all the beans and spill their lies. Some of them are convinced that they would, and some of them aren't sure. It's very confusing. So when you don't know what to do, you don't do anything. That applies. Again, they're not sure, so they got to keep your person where they are. Because they feel like if your person broke free, they might reveal some stuff. They might give an interview, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, and spill it all. You know, it's that kind of thing. You see this a lot with political families or famous families. I've known a few people that have been a party to each, so I understand it. They're very secretive. They're very weird. I remember I was friends with this one person for a little while whose dad was really famous. And I got invited to come over. He said, well, come on by my place and hang out. You know, wanted to play some guitar, you know, maybe get a lesson, that kind of a thing. I mean, before I went there, I got this talking to. Somebody called me. I think it was like an agent or something like that. And they called me not to talk about things I see and not to, I mean, it was really weird. It's just, in my mind, I was just going over some friend's house I just made who wanted to learn a few chords on the guitar, you know. And I got this pre-interview of, you know, you mustn't talk about this. Don't tell anyone what you saw, this, that, and the other. Okay, all right, I won't, you know. So that's kind of what I'm getting here, although my story is probably a bit more extreme than what's happening here for you, for most of you. All right? But yeah, I get it. Let's pull on the Seven Swords. Of course, you know we're going to, right? With the witches, let's do it. Let's pull on these lies that they're afraid are going to get out. Yeah, that was weird. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. That was a long time ago. It was like back in 2002? 2001. The summer of '01. I remember now. The summer of '01. It was the summer of love. Oh, anyway. Yeah. I got a call. I don't even know who it was from. I think it was from their agent, maybe, or a manager, or some sort of personal business manager, family manager. I don't know. You don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. We understand you're coming over tomorrow. Here's the. I mean, it's like, oh, what the fuck? You know. Okay. I wouldn't want to live like that. I wouldn't want that. If that's what having that kind of fame is like, I wouldn't want it. That's horrible. No wonder these people drink themselves to fucking death. I mean, I wouldn't want that. That's terrible. It ruins your psyche. The Knight of Cups, the big lie is love for this. That there's love there. That's the big lie. I imagine that was the big lie in the house I went to, too. It didn't feel like a homey family kind of a thing. Felt like a fucking prison, to be honest with you. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, we can't do that. We can't do this. Oh, that sounds great. What's the point in having all this money if you can't do nothing? You know, that's the thought that went through my head, you know. I mean, what the hell? It's like being in prison and having a bunch of money. You know, great. Not. Right? Knight of Cups, crossing the Seven Swords. The environmental energy, it's fake love, false love. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's phony. Can I put it that way? All right. It's a group of people that want something else. If your person's married, look, he's looking back at the two swords. It applies on both sides. What are these lies that they're trying to keep? They're afraid your person gets single, they spill the lies. What are the lies? Well, the lie is everybody wants out. If your person's married to somebody toxic, that person toxic wishes they had somebody else. They're tired of banging your person. Your person's tired of banging them. Everybody's tired of banging everybody, but nobody can leave because there's too many fucking secrets to keep. Right? It's a bit of that. What's on top? Temperance. Oh, God. Truth. Archangel Michael, the archangel of fucking truth. Great. Why is that here? 3 of Wands. And what's the bridge? The Ace of Cups. Look, everybody wants out. That's the truth. They're afraid that the truth will get revealed. And the big truth is, with the Knight of Cups crossing and the Ace of Cups with the Seven of Swords, is everybody wants out. They don't even like each other. It's terrible. This tells me that there's some sort of image. The keeping up appearances image is that everything is great. Everything is rainbows and fucking unicorns, and everybody loves everybody, and we just in love. We have wonderful time. Reminds me of one of those phony-ass Food Network families, right? Who was that one out in Oklahoma or some shit? I mean, they pretended that they had this great family and this and that and the other thing, and it all felt fake to me. I would love to be a fly on the wall there. I bet it's nothing like that. It never is, you know? I mean, whatever. At the end of the day, it all feels fake. It's everybody, nobody loves nobody. Everybody wants out. Everybody wants something else. Fucking hell. You want proof? We didn't know that this was here. It's death underneath that. Right? So again, that's the big lie. But I argue, what's the big deal? Who cares? Your person, that's why your person's going to break free eventually. That's why they're going to act impulsively. There's your hope, the Knight of Wands from you two. They're going to break free. And it's why that the Six of Wands came out reversed with the Queen of Pentacles reversed when we first picked up this deck. Because the people attached to your person are going to stop winning. The photo album of the wedding on the hill isn't going to have the effect that it has anymore. Why? I don't know, because there's this energy. It comes to an end. Your person realizes what's happening. They spot the pattern, and they break out. And I don't know what's going to happen if that happens. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's pull these out. So far, it's celebration, right? So let's see. So what's the final on this? Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card on the final. Let's go. Let's just do that. What's the final? Queen of Pentacles. Interesting, right? I mean, seriously, the Queen of Pentacles again. All right. Now it's in the environmental energy. It's crossing the center card I'm going to pull. Judgment. That's a good sign. The Magician. That's a good sign. And the Tower. Major, crossed by a Court card and a 2 of Cups, thus making it major. As far as I'm concerned, that's almost major arcana right there. 2 cups crossing, your person gets their shit together. There's something that happens in the energy. I don't know what it is, but it's big. It's probably the world point. Skipping ahead to the end of the story here, probably around the world point. Again, with the Tower and the Judgment card, something big is coming down in the energy that allows your person to see the trick, see through the illusion. This is applying on the world stage too. The universe is trying to get us to see through some bullshit here. And again, it's tricky energy because everybody perceives, it's so polarized, everybody perceives what the bullshit is differently. Okay? Let me be clear, the bullshit lacks empathy. All right? That's what the bullshit is. So keep that in mind. If there's a side that lacks empathy, that's the bullshit. All right? At the end of the day, it's all about Empress energy. It always is. All right? It always is. At the end of the day here, something happens in this person's life that allows them to see that there isn't the love. It's not there. And it doesn't make any sense. Without the cup, there's nothing. It's something they realize. And I see that here with this soul nurturing energy and the Two of Cups. It brings them your way. Or your connection is the inspiration for it. One or the other. But there's a moment coming. Divine timing, the Seven of Pentacles. A harvest time energy. And it's big. I believe this is the world point energy. You know, I only pull one of these Leo soap operas a month, generally. So, pay attention to the world point energy. It's extremely important. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you, and we'll get out of here. All right. Anything else you want to tell my people? One card and a crossing card. What do you got? Eight of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, my God. And the Empress. It's what I just said. And I'll pull one more. The Seven of Pentacles. It's all here. Seven of Pentacles is underneath there. The Empress I was just talking about. Empathy wins. Empathy comes through. How do you beat the illusion of right now? How do you beat the illusion of somebody, you know, you're telling somebody your thing and then you get confused. How do you know whether they're telling you the right thing or not? Is there empathy attached to it? Does somebody care? Do they seem to care what you do, or is it more about them? One or the other. Empathy is going to be making a comeback within the energy. It reveals this away. It reveals the smoke. It clears the smoke and fog away. All right? Empathy is a very heavy energy. Stephen Hawking once said about science and about the universe, it's all down to gravity. Gravity, and it really is. It's all down to gravity. Part of what I can do is down to gravity. You know, but empathy is a very big energy. It has a large gravitational pull. It sucks everything away. It is almost the Jupiter gravitation-wise in solar system speak. You know, in science speak, it is the Jupiter of the energies in the deck. In other words, Jupiter protects us from a lot of space junk because it sucks it all in. It just, you can't. Something's about to happen where the smoke and mirrors show isn't going to work anymore. When you see through it, believe it. Well, this person's going to believe it from the look of it. But we can't ever predict what somebody's going to do because they got free will. So, but I think your person in the Leo soap operas, high enough vibration that they do see through it. All right. The lower vibrational people won't. It won't have any effect. So keep that in mind. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.